Hi, my name's Pratt. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to go after the market of for sale by owners. And obviously, it's a low-hanging fruit in any market. The cool thing about for sale by owners is they're everywhere, right? And so it's a good market, and it's a fact that the two fastest ways to get listings are for sale by owners and expireds. I mean, it's how I built my business. It was very profitable. It's an awesome market if you know how to go after them, and that's what I'm going to talk about in this video. The number one thing I want you to understand is the key to getting a for sale by owner listing is building the relationship. The biggest mistake that you can make whenever you're going after a for sale by owner is calling them on the phone and trying to set the listing appointment, right? Trying to close them, trying to say, what are you doing selling on your own? You need to hire me, right? That's the biggest mistake you can make. Why? Well, you sound like everybody else, for one, and sound like a salesperson, and nobody really likes salespeople. So what we want to do is we want to take a totally different approach than every other real estate agent, because that's the key to our success. Do what everybody else is doing. So you want to build the relationship, and this is how you're going to do it. You got to understand that this is a numbers game. We're not going to list every for sale by owner that we see, nor do we really even want to. So our goal is to sift and sort through these people, trying to find who's worth our time and money to prospect and who's not. The reality is about 85% of the for sale by owners you aren't going to work with anyway, right? You'll work with about 15%. So you want to be able to ask qualifying questions to sift and sort through this group. So there's 3 questions that are very important when you're going after the for sale by owner. At first conversation, here's the first question that you're going to ask. Number 1. Mr. Seller, if I brought you a qualified buyer, would you be willing to pay me a 3% co-op? It's either simple yes or no, right? So if he's willing to pay a 3% co-op, perfect, done, next question. If he's not, thank him for his time, flush him, let him go. He's really simply not worth your time and money to prospect anymore. The second question is Mr. Seller, how long are you going to try to sell this property on your own before you decide to explore other options? Well, I'm going to try to sell the property on my own for 2 months. Perfect. Here's what this means. He's going to list the house in a month. If he says 1 month, he's going to list the house in 2 weeks. So it's important to find his time frame, because whatever his time frame is, you're going to simply take that and cut it in half, and that's when he's going to list the property. And the third question is, Mr. Seller, so in that 2 months, let's say if you don't sell the property on your own, obviously you're doing your open houses, your ads in the paper. Let's say, you just don't sell it, you don't achieve your goal. Are you going to explore other options at that point? I mean, do you have a close friend or family member that you would feel obligated to list with, or will you explore other options to interview aggressive agents? We ask that question because obviously, we don't want to stay in contact with them if they're moms in real estate, right? Or if they're brothers in real estate. We're looking for people that are going to try it on their own for X amount of days, are willing to pay us a 3% co-op, and that are obviously going to interview some aggressive real estate agents. Those are our group of people. Those are our prospect, and those are the ones that we got to follow up with. So now the most important part is obviously winning before we start. So you want to have a system. Because if you don't have a system, you're toast. None of this stuff matters. So it's important to do this. You want to create a system where it's a follow-up system, follow-up campaign, where every for sale by owner goes into that lasts 2 months. And every week they hear from you, alternating letters or postcards, whatever you do, some sort of contact, and phone calls. So you're going to call, send a letter, call, send a letter, call, send a letter. And you're going to do that for 8 weeks. So I'll tell you this. You're going to be blown away. At first conversation, you know what they're going to say? Well, you're the 100th realtor that's calling me today. Man, I'm not going to sell the property on my own, right? You hear this right out of the gate. And guess what? They'll have 100 people the first week. Second week, they'll have 50. Third week, they'll have none, right? Except for you. They fall off because agents don't have systems. They don't follow through. They don't follow up. They simply try to call the lead once, and that's it. And they wonder why they're not successful going after the for sale by owner market. The for sale by owner market was what I built my business on. The first day I called my first for sale by owner to 30 days later, I had 30 signs in the ground. It's the fastest way to get listings if you know how to do it. So the best advice I could give you is ask the qualifying questions, not be outcome oriented. Just understand that we're just going to sift and sort through the leads to find out who's worth our time and money to prospect. And then we're going to have a system in place where over the course of 2 months, we're going to contact these people 8 weeks. And here's what's going to happen. Whenever they do decide to throw in the towel, which is an 85% shot, 85% of for sale by owners do end up listing with an agent, Whenever that does happen, you're the last real estate agent that's in contact with them. You're the only one that's built the relationship with them, and it's a come list me. And those are the type of leads that we get out of bed for every day. So that's how you're going to go after the for sale by owner market. Let's get started, because look, it's one thing knowing this information, but nothing's going to happen unless you stop this right now and start implementing. So implement, quit waiting, let's take action right now.